Oh, you smell that? She like, yeah, I smell that too. They like, shoot, we need to call 911. Something going on over there in that shed.
Oh, baby, she on go, 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 go. And she know she the go, 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 go. Baby got the throw. And she be with her friends, but she just can't leave me alone. Little baby, she on damn, like damn. I'm on her body all night. She know she bad, she shaking ass. Try to get cold like ice. Like damn, on my neck, she be attractive.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Montez Wheeler. I'm back with another video. I want y'all to like this video, man. After y'all watch it, man, subscribe to the channel. You get all my videos. And I want you to leave a comment so I can get all y'all's notifications and everything if y'all like my videos. So yeah, I want to just tell y'all, man, stay tuned, man. Listen, I got a story for y'all today, man. Crazy one, right? First, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, then hit the comment section and leave a comment. At least leave a thumbs up, leave something, you know what I'm saying? So, let me know y'all watching it, you feel me? Because I'm going to keep hitting y'all with it whether y'all watch it or not, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to go on and just tell y'all the story, man. First, I want y'all to hit that like button, though. Hit that like button. Yeah, I'm gonna make a couple more stories too today after I do this one. Yeah, man. So yeah, this story today is basically. Hold on, let me get the camera screwed down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go, right there. So today, man, you know, the video is there was a foul smell in the air, man. You know what I'm saying? There was a foul smell in the air, right? I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. Yeah, hit the like button, man. Yeah, so I want y'all to tune in, man. Just tune into the story. So you got this dude named Brian, right? This dude named Brian, man. He wound up moving, and him and his new girlfriend ended up getting a place together. You know what I'm saying? In this little neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing too fancy. Wasn't nothing too non-fancy. It was just, you know, just normal stuff, regular, regular little house. You know, 2-bedroom. So they wound up getting an apartment. They was coming up the steps to moving their stuff in. They was warned by a couple of neighbors that this one dude and his lady always argue all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they was walking in the house. My voice hoarse a little bit, y'all, so just bear with me. Yeah, so really shit. What happened was, they was like, you know, the people that live beside y'all right there, you know, they always be arguing, so just be on the lookout for them, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be hearing somebody arguing or whatever, it's pretty much them. So, what ended up happening was, Brian and his girlfriend, I don't know the girlfriend name, but we just gonna leave her name out of it. We just gonna call her girlfriend, right? So you got this dude, you know, he come out, you know what I'm saying? He look at Brian like, hey man, why you talking to my girl? Why you looking at my girl? Da, 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 da. He already knew then that it was gonna be a problem. So the dude was like, hey man, listen, you stay on your side, I stay on my side. You know, pretty much that blew over, you know what I'm saying? They started ignoring him. So we gonna skip up about 7 months, right? 7 months go by. One night, Brian and his girlfriend chose to have a little get together, you know, at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Having a couple friends come over, you know what I'm saying? They got some drinks, shit, you know, they got some weed and all that, you know what I'm saying? So they end up, they start, man, I don't know what it was, but on the day of the friends and them coming over the crib, you know what I'm saying, over Brian's crib, because he invited a couple of his homies over, you know what I'm saying? You know, a couple homies and his females over too, so they end up coming through, and they came in the house. When they knocked on the door like this, he said, oh shoot, that must be them. So he get up, open the door. When he opened up the door, a huge whiff of stinking, decayed death hit him right in the face. The friends was like, ugh, bro, what is that smell? Now, about a month before that, he had been in a new crib about 7 months. But just a month ago, he started smelling this smell Everybody really around the town was really smelling, not around the town, I'm sorry y'all, in the neighborhood, in that vicinity was smelling it. So when that happened, well, they thought it was a dead deer somewhere or somewhere. Something done died, a vulture done dropped or some shit. So they started noticing that they ain't hear much arguing no more from the neighbors. You know what I'm saying? They used to argue every day. This dude and his girl argued. But one day, argument stopped. Out of nowhere, the argument stopped one day. So what ended up happening was, he wound up, they all come in the house and everything, shut the door back, you know. They had a few drinks. Next thing you know, they start hearing this saw noise, like, you know, that saw noise, like, when you sawing something. And he was out there, the dude that always be arguing, they ain't seen his girl no more. She ain't even at the, we don't hear her voice at all. They don't hear her voice for a month. And this smell come out, and he using this saw noise. Y'all put three together. Where I'm getting at. So one night they drunk, they decided to go outside the backyard, and they looking over the fence just a little bit. But he got the fence surrounded by some protective like equipment. He went and built something to where you can't look over the fence. That was very suspicious. And they noticed that when they looked over the fence, the smell was coming more from this dude crib. This angry madman, this neighbor, right? So they like, man, what if he killed her and chopped her up into pieces? They start laughing like, hey man, don't say that. So they say, you know, they ended up coming in the crib. They couldn't even stay outside. It was smelled so bad. So they ended up going back in the house. By this time, they all done locked in. Everybody done went home. So Brian and his girlfriend, they still hear this sawing noise all night. All you hear is that electric buzzing noise, like, you hear that all night, right? So you turn around. About a day or two later, Brian seen a couple people coming over, banging on the door, knocking, like, the dude ain't answering. Now they know that the dude is in there because the night before, dude was using the saw noise in the backyard in the shed. Yeah, he got this big shed that he was in, you know, using, you know, but he had it inside the shed. Like, you know, on the movies, you look at the shed and you see the light inside the shed, and it's like a light flickering inside the shed. It was like one of them type shits. So they was like, hey, you know, if such and such here talking about the neighbor, you know what I'm saying? You know, if, you know, this dude, y'all just moved over here, well, y'all seen my daughter, she ain't been calling me. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? That was the mom, the dad, and a couple more members, like her family. Thought that was weird. They was like, Brian and his girl was like, nah, we ain't heard nothing from nobody. No, we've been hearing him argue with a woman over there almost every night since we've been living over here, but you know what I'm saying? And then, by the way, the family was like, what is that smell? They like, we don't know. We've been smelling the same thing for like, I say a month. And people come out and look, they don't know where the smell's coming from. So I think that's when Brian got a weird feeling over his body, like, hold on, dude ain't answering the door, we know he in there. And he had a truck. His truck was in the driveway, so the family members knocking on the door, and they leave. They like, well, you know, they told Brian and his girlfriend, like, if you see any woman coming out here, tell her this, they give them this number. So they gave the family gave Brian the number or whatever. So Brian ended up going back in the house. He kept the number. About a day or two later, you know, the police knock on Brian's door, like, hey, they hear knock, like, hey, you know, what's going on, sir? It's a woman officer and a female officer right there, right? So they say, have you seen this woman? And that was the lady next door. We say, yeah, she lived next door right there. They're like, yeah, we know, but like, have you seen her at all come out? Anything? Go to the store? We're like, nah. And the cops is like, yeah, you know, we've been getting a complaint about the smell. We just wanted to check it out. He like, check out my house? He like, yeah. So they end up checking the house. They like, y'all not under investigation. We just going by checking house from house from house, right? Because at this point, the family was worried about her and everything. So They check Brian's house, everything cool. They knocking on the neighbor though. He ain't nowhere to be found, bro. Now this time his truck was gone. So the police, they did a full-blown investigation because they knew the smell was coming from his house. And they pretty much knocked on Brian's door and was like, hey, you know, y'all might not, we're going to have the biohazard around this house because we believe we have to get inside this house to see about this woman's whereabouts, right? So the landlord came over there with the police and they wound up kicking in the door. And the smell was strong inside the house. Because when the police kick in the door, you can see them do like this. So, next thing you know, they couldn't find the source of the smell. They knew it was somewhere in the house, right? But they couldn't find the source of the smell. So what they wound up doing was they went to the backyard and they seen this shed with a lot of locks on it, right? And what ended up happening was they ended up getting into the shed, and guess what was in there? The woman's dead body, chopped up in pieces. That's why we ain't hear from her no more, because that's why Brian and them didn't hear from the lady no more, because unfortunately she had got chopped up by her dude. Now the dude, I guess he never came back. He said that after the family came and was knocking on the door, he must have got scared and packed up and left. He never came back after that. But they on the news, Brian and his girlfriend was just flipping through, about to get on Tubi, and they got, you know, and I think, you know how on the Roku TV remote, you know, you got the different apps with different channels and everything. So when they cut the TV on, the channel, like before they can get to Tubi, YouTube, and all the other apps and everything, the regular TV popped up, and right there on the news was this dude that got caught, and guess who it was? The neighbor next door, the dude who always arguing, causing problems, doing all that, right? They got dude on the news. He right there. Dude in connection to murder of his girlfriend. And yeah, so dude unfortunately killed the girl, chopped her body up and put her in the shed. That was the whole thing about this. You can, her body, the smell was coming from her dead body in the shed. Yeah, that's a crazy one right there, man. If y'all like that story, man, I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. You know, leave a comment and try to share my videos. I really appreciate that, man. But I really like when y'all like the video. Even if it's one like, man, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wanted to like y'all to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. If y'all like this video, man, I want y'all to subscribe to the channel. If you're watching the video and you haven't subscribed, because I got more videos and more stories coming soon, man. So yeah, man, y'all have a good day, man. Everybody stay out of trouble. That was another story time from your boy. I'm out.